My name is Michael White. I'm the VP of Operations. We currently employ about 650 associates in our manufacturing footprint, which is divided between 4 manufacturing facilities and 1 storage frame warehouse. We're able to produce over 4,500 pieces a week, and each piece traveling through the manufacturing process will be touched by approximately 60 individuals on a normal basis.
My name's Steve Eisenhower. I worked at Lee Industries for 13 years. As an assistant fabric manager, we have to inspect our fabric to make sure that we got the good product that's coming in the door. Inspect from the paperwork to the product and make sure that the product is what we ordered. There's 7 different inspections that go through the plant, and our cutters are inspectors, our CAD techs are inspectors, our sewers are inspectors, and then it goes into a final inspection, a cleanup process before it's packed, and our packers are inspectors. And everybody inspects throughout the whole plant, and it does make a good product go out the door. Working with all our managers, everybody learns from everybody else. They give me good knowledge, and I give them good knowledge, so everybody works really well together.
I work in the CAD department. I work with the fabric and the computer. And I've worked in cutting for 30 years, but then I had to learn the computer system. I thought I'm never going to learn this, but I did. It took me about 6 months. I will take a roll of fabric and I measure the width. Then if it has a design, I measure the repeat, vertical and horizontal. Then after I get my measurements, I'll sit down to the computer and pull up a marker, and you have to name it by the style, and then you put in your numbers, and then you lay the marker.
I'm Mary Blaylock. I am an electro operator. As a operator, you've got to slow down, take your time, and make sure everything's right as it first comes to the machine. So it's a repetitive thing daily, but you've got different orders, different types of fabric. You've got COMs, you've got match markers, you've got planes. You've got different things to do after each job. It has to be done correctly before it can go on through. Each step that you take, you make sure that that is company. We want that quality to be in our product as it goes out. And that's what sells Lee, is our product and our efficiency getting it out the door.
I'm April Wilson. I'm the one that sews your job. I take all the pieces and sew them all together into one complete piece. It's kind of like sewing a puzzle. I started as an inspector, so I inspected work off of cutting tables. I'd get myself caught up, and I would just go into the sewing room and play around on a sewing machine. When the opportunity came open to sew, then I was trained on how to sew the product. I've been sewing for 15 years. I've been at Lee's for 10. Sewing at Lee is completely different than sewing anywhere else. You learn to sew better because their techniques are different. You kind of relearn how to sew the way Lee wants you to sew. I try to do my part the best that I can do so that the customer is happy.
I've been here 17 years. I do my very best in every job that I do. I'm the person that they call to do jumbo beds, cable stitching, zigzag, everything. There's a lot to cable stitching because when they made this machine, they made smaller holes, the thread is thicker. So you have to hand thread the machine every time you change the thread. It is mostly an art form, and I think every piece of furniture is a piece of art. When you go into a store and you're buying furniture and you're paying out a whole lot of money, you want quality work that's going to last forever.
I'm proud to be part of the Lee family. I'm proud because of what the uniqueness that they want to do in their furniture. They're wanting to do something different. They want to stand out. They want to be the first one to do anything. And I want to be part of that because it not only is a challenge for them, it's a challenge for us.
My name is Edwin Calderon. I do the base coat and the finish completely. I mean, I've been spraying for about 20 years, 20-some plus years. No matter what I do, I'm proud. And if I get a piece of furniture, I want to know if it is great, it's done. I want everybody, any customer be, wow, I got the right thing, I got it right. You know, I want to make sure that I do my job right.
I put the frame upside down. I put 3 strips of webbing one way and 3 another way on that chair. And then I put the bands on it and I shoot those down. And then I flip it up and then I put the 1x1 webbing on the back, and then you put your Propex and you shoot it down. I put the cardboard on it and shoot it down, and basically that's about it on that. Well, you had to have the webbing for the guys to tie it, to put the springs in it, the coil springs, and they just screw it down in there, and it connects on the webbing and the bands to hold it. Oh yeah, you have to have everything tight and everything on it, yeah. You don't want it sagging or anything like that. Try to do the best job I can.
I set springs in the foundation that the webbers make, and then set nails and strings to where I can tie the springs 4 different ways, which creates 8 knots on each coil, and that's why they call it 8-way hand tie. It's a higher end way to put a seat in a job. I definitely think Lee cares about quality. If you've got a job that's a skill, and I think you take pride in what you do, you're going to have quality, and that's the type of people I think Lee looks for when they hire. I've tied for 32 years. Take pride in it because it's not something everybody can do. It's definitely a trade that needs to be learned and needs to be passed on. My son works at Plant 5, yeah. He's a Weber. Says he's going to learn to tie. We'll see. You don't pick it up overnight. It takes a while to learn it.
Yeah, when I was young at 18, this guy said, "Oh, you ain't gonna make it. You're not old school and all this." And I had to prove him wrong, and I did. It's just something that I learned that I was gonna do because somebody told me older than me I wasn't gonna make it. Man, I've done it ever since. If you don't do it right, then the upholsterer, he's gonna build it to that job. And if your cushions are wrong, then his upholstering's gonna be wrong. So you have to make sure your cushions are right. Say if you put the wrong cushion in it, then it's not gonna sit like it's supposed to. Furniture's important in your house. It is. I go into a house and I sit down on furniture, and that's the first thing I notice what the cushion feels like.
When we get the chair, it's basically just a frame and springs and a little bit of webbing on it. We're the first people to start the inside process. We do the seat, we pad it out, put the deck in it, pad it out, close it up, then we do both arms and the end back. Some chairs are different depending on if it's a solid wing chair or if it's a slip cover. When we get it, it'll be just a frame, and we'll put the cotton, we'll put poly, fiber, or all cotton depending on what it is, and then we'll put the cover over it. So it goes from frame to finish on the inside by the time we're done. It's a very important part of the process because it's what you actually touch when you sit in the job. That's what you're actually going to be against. It's not on the outside where you're looking at it. We use pretty good quality materials staples even on outdoor stuff or even stainless steel so they can't, corrode or rust out or anything. We use good quality cotton, poly, fiber, all of it's good quality materials.
I've been here 33 years. Yeah, it's the only place I've ever worked and get a paycheck. I was 18 or 19 when I started here. I started filling cushions. I filled cushions for about 5 years. Then I started putting on skirts for about 2. I've been doing trimming ever since, so you figure 20 years. I don't know how long I've been trimming. It's the outside part of the job. We put the out arms on and the out back, weld around the bottom, and the feet well valve versus sometimes it don't take well on the bottom, sometimes it does. It takes you an hour, hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, depending on what it is. I do a lot of specialty stuff. And that's why they bring me stuff they don't want nobody else to do. If I sit it off, if it ain't good enough to go in my house, I don't think it's good enough to go in the customer's house. There's a lot of detail into it, because they don't take but one mistake, and it can come all the way through the plant, and then it can go all the way reverse back, tear all the way down, and start over.
Because we are the last people to see this piece before it gets to our customer. That's very important to make sure that everything is correct and there is no defects. We make sure there is no staples sticking out. We make sure that the seat fill and the back fill is correct. We make sure that the skirt lengths are correct and it meets their standards. I have been working at Lee for 11 years. I know how important it is to order something and it be exactly what you expect. I do have a sense of, I'm going to call it accomplishment. Whenever I look at that piece, I know that I had a part in that and that it is in somebody's home, making somebody else happy, making their home look nice. It's a personal connection with that person way away. It's awesome. I really feel that in me, So, and that's true.
We're currently in the process of continuing to improve our operations by a fairly aggressive endeavor into lean manufacturing and continuous improvement processes. So far, that has been limited to one facility, but we're seeing great strides in our organization, our cleanliness, and our effectiveness. We think that this will help us to drive the future and help us to continue to create not only save jobs, but create and grow jobs in the future for the area.